Now we're starting in English. We had in Portuguese. I hope it continue growing. So, but tonight we're going to be talking about mediumship and its importance and why do we talk to the dead. That's what mediumship is. That's the main thing of mediumship, is to be able for you to communicate with those who pass. And a lot of people in different beliefs have different views. But listen what I have to tell you. If you want to have a view of mediumship in life after death, the best path to it is through mediumship. So you understand what it is, you can feel it, you can see it, you can hear, you can develop all these parts in mediumship. But for that, you're gonna need to be very devoted to it. You need to be very devoted. It's not a thing that you do on your spare time. It's not a thing that you do as a hobby, okay? And it's a very serious thing. It's mediumship. It's like you're dealing with the souls of those who pass, and when they pass, they're very, very, very troubled. Very troubled, not to use another words, you know, very sick on the mind and very sick on the spirit. So you need to be able to understand what is the other side. You need to help, you need to have the right vibration to be able to help. Otherwise, you're not going to be helping, okay? And you need to understand the process and then what is to be dead after living a life of only focusing on the physical world, okay? And mediumship today is well practiced around mediumship and other beliefs also. But Spiritism is the one that has the base, a more firm base in mediumship and how to understand, okay, and how to practice. We have a book called The Medium's Book. That book is not going to teach you how to be a medium. The book is going to tell you what is mediumship, but it's not going to teach you how to be a medium, okay, because everybody is going to be a different medium. Everybody is going to be able to work in a mediumship in a different way, on his own way. And that's the beauty of this science that we call mediumship. Inside mediumship, we are capable of helping not only the dead, but also the living, especially the living. Most of the work that we do in mediumship is related to the living. Why? Because when you pass, you're going to be attached to something here on this physical world, okay? So you cannot only work one way, one side, you need to work both sides. So mediumship today in our center is well used to help the living, okay? And what the living attract to them for themselves, the group of spirits they attracted for themselves, the group of vibration, because the medium not only work with personalities that already passed, but also work with levels, different levels of energy, okay? For example, every time there is a big incident in a place, like, you know, a lot of death, a lot of suffering, in that place it creates an energy. It creates what we call a living energy that will attach to the people that is around that area. And that energy needs to be clear, okay? I was teaching this in my youth class, and one of the youth asked me, what about God? So why they need us to do this? What about the angels? What about God? What about the high spirits? What do they do? Why they don't do this work? Because as you read the literature that we have here in the Spiritism, and you're going to, especially Andre Luis and others authors, they're going to explain well the passing of people, and they're going to really explain how they are on the other side. The book from Allan Kardec, Heaven and Hell, has 114 documentary passes, different people that pass, so you can understand what happened to those people. And those people are part of a group that thinking the same. So it's a lot of people on the other side on a process, and that is still in a process of understanding what is happening to them. And mediumship comes in as a medium, okay, process to intervene between the lower and the high, okay? So it is a very important process. I always tell here in my meetings, I always tell here in my lectures, that everybody should be a medium. Everybody should work on a mediumship. Everyone should do it. Why? Because it is already hard to believe in something that you don't see. It's very hard for you to believe something that you don't feel. It's very hard for you to believe in something that you don't smell, touch, or anything. It's very hard for you to believe in something that is outside of your five senses. Mediumship is going to help build this belief system that you need to build, especially about life after death, especially about spirituality. Because when you're there, you do live this as you're there. So then you can feel in your bones what is to be dead. Okay? It is there. You can feel it. You can smell it. You're there with them. So that is an important tool today for people that are looking for enlightenment to be able to use in their own process of progress. Without it, it will make way difficult. Plus, answering the question of my youth over there, why God doesn't interfere, why this and doesn't interfere, because we know how it is. We understood the divine justice a little wrong. We understood what is the spirituals, what is the spirits and a high vibration a little wrong. We understood the entire process a little wrong. Okay? The responsibility of our families is who? Is with us. And our family is everybody here. They help, but they are very short-handed. Very, very, very short-handed. Very. So it takes a long time to take care of the whole planet spiritually, especially leaving only in the hands of those that are on the other side. Billions and billions of souls. Today, we have billions of people incarnated here, but they are all living their lives, going about the business. They don't even think about spirituality. I read a research that when somebody dies very close to you, most of the people, 75% of the people that lost somebody very close to them, will take about 3 months. After 3 months, it's done deal. It's gone. You don't even talk about it anymore. And 3 months is like this. It's not that that person doesn't love you or doesn't like you. It's not that you're not important. It's just because the life out here is too busy. It's way too busy. And I was talking to my class just right now, and I say, and it's still for us that we need to work. We need to take care of our families. We need to take care of bills. We need to take care of all this. And plus, we need to take care of ourselves as a spiritual. So we don't have time for this. We don't. We don't. Unless you're very rich and you don't have to worry about anything. So you're in a very good position. And that's what I tell all the people here that are retired already and don't need to work. Retire as soon as possible. This is my advice to you. As soon as you have a chance to retire, retire. okay? Because job is just a job. Work is just a work. It's just a tool for you to pay your bills and live in a physical world, okay? And it's taking all your time for you to invest in your spirituality. So if you need to retire and you can retire. But after you retire, don't go by, travel the world, do your things. But of course, you're going to get tired of traveling the world. You're not going to be able to travel the world 365 days a year. So invest in your spirituality. I tell the retirees here in this center, listen, invest in now, because all your life you invested in a physical life. Now it's time for you to invest it on your spiritual life, because you're going there. And the only way for you to really feel that is if you are a medium. Because being a medium is going to lift the curtain of the spiritual world for you. It will. And it is absolutely amazing what a medium can do when he's very serious about his path to spirituality. Because when he sees it, when he feels it, it's way easier for him to make a turn to a more enlightening path. Okay, a medium, when he leaves the mediumship meeting, he already lives with the consciousness, with the positive sure that there is hundreds, millions of people in need. 24/7 in need. There was this guy from Brazil, his lecturer, his name was Richard Simonet. He died 5 years ago. Very good friend of mine. And in his center in São Paulo, he had 110 mediumships. He had a mediumship in the morning, he had a mediumship in the afternoon, and he had a at night. He had this huge center in São Paulo. And then when I was talking to him, I said, Les, how do you have all this media? How can you find people? He said, listen, Luide, it does not matter. You don't have to find the right person. As soon as you put a group together, they are connecting to the spirituality. They are being aware of the spirituality that they've never been before. So it's a process extremely important for you that is pursuing spirituality. Okay? And that's the reason why you have the courses in this. But as soon as you get there, it is needed that you open yourself up, because mediumship, it is a science with infinite of doors for you to open and research it. It is not a closed thing. There is nothing that you cannot do when you are medium. Okay? Because you're no longer acting as a physical body with the limitation of the physical body. You're using the non-limit bodies that we call the spiritual bodies. And those bodies has no limitation. No limitation whatsoever. The only limitation that is imposed in the mediumship on the medium, it is his mind and his ego. Okay? And that's what messes up mediumship. I've been working mediumship for more than 3 decades. I have seen wonderful mediums coming and going. And they go because of their ego. They go because they cannot understand. Okay? They cannot understand the path that they need to take to continue growth into mediumship. Most of the mediums leave this work because they get bored of the repetition every single week. Why? Because they close themselves into a belief system and there is no way of new information to come through. So you limit yourself. You have an entire library, but what you do is you get one book only and you follow just a book with the entire library open. It's just because you do not understand those books. You stay with this one because you don't understand those, and you understand this one here. You focus only on this one, putting aside knowledge and knowledge and knowledge and knowledge that you could be using to open up those doors and open up these capabilities as a medium, okay? And that's what's been happening in most mediumships and centers. Became a religion. You can do this, you cannot do this. There is no such a thing. There is no such a thing, okay? No one can point me in any books of the codification what Kardec said that he could do or not do. There is no such a thing. This was invented by somebody and put it in here. So there is no limitation in mediumship. No limitation. You can do as long as you are open to do it. As long as you are open, your heart is open to help, to assist, and to learn. There is no better place to learn than a mediumship meeting. I used to be like this a few years ago. Things will happen in mediumship, and I'll say, listen, this medium, it's a little wackadoo. He's off the rails, because I could not understand what's happening there. And for me not understanding, I'll close myself into my only understanding. And with that, being the front of the meetings, I'll limit the medium also, right? But after I started open up a little bit more and more and more and more, also the mediumship open up to a different areas that we do today. We're not able to find in any literature of Spiritism, because that's what happened with our mediums. Our mediums created for them the self-belief system. And when they are psychographing something, the spirits only work with the material that they have, and the material is very, very, very limited, extremely limited. When we have the classes here for the letters, right? We did the second year on the road. What do we do if you've been in a class? Have no limitation whatsoever. There is an exercise that you start reading and don't stop. Don't even think what you're reading. And you go, and some people write 5, 10, 20 pages because he's not limited on what to write and what to read. So, as a medium, it's very important that you deal with your belief system. First of all, as a medium, it's very important that you deal with your ego. You need to understand that you are nothing, your knowledge is nothing compared with the knowledge that exists in the universe and to mediumship. I said that I've been working mediumship for the last 3 decades, and I still don't know nothing. There is some nights that I go into that room and the work starts, and when I see what's happening, I go into the wall and I pray for the mentors to help me, because I have no clue whatsoever how to deal with it, because it's new. But I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to learn, okay? I'm not afraid to say, I do not know. I'm not afraid to say, I don't know how to handle this. And they always help. In the end, everything works out. And then at the end, there was another teaching into my library. There was another thing that I didn't know about it, and I was able to do it. Not I, but the entire group. When I say I, it's the group, okay, people? So, so that's my advice to you. Read everything, okay? And doubt everything. Because doubt is the most powerful tool that you have. Because when you get out, you get yourself out of the, I'm sure of it, you are locked in that belief system. When you have doubt, you are open for new things. And the mentors on that meeting is going to show you the way to do it. It's going to help you. If you have a soft heart to listen, to deal with it, they're going to do a big part of the job for you if you let them, if you trust them. if you trust your group, and if you trust what you're doing there. Another thing, every medium, when it leaves the mediumship meeting, it goes out with this thought. Is that true? Is that really happened? Or that was thing that I was making up out of my mind? Everyone has those. Everyone. And it's going to happen to you too. Okay? So how you deal with this? Do not question. Just observe. If the thought comes into you saying, what I did there was really okay from my mind, it does not matter. It doesn't matter. Because when you question something that already happened, first of all, is fear. And fear is coming from the ego. Okay? So you just observe and put it aside. That's it. That's what you do. Every medium question themselves, especially when they are doing things that they never study. They never heard about it. They never could understand. And as soon as the media ends, you look at the faces, you see there, my God, did this really happen? We did this. They question, and it's okay. As long as you don't put yourself into that fear and follow that fear. Okay? So mediumship for the mediums and for everybody that is looking for enlightenment is a powerful tool, like I said, because you work most of the time, like everybody here. Everybody here works, 40 hours a week? Right?
I get paid for 40.
You get paid.
Nice.
Excellent, excellent. That's how it's supposed to be. But most of the people work 40 hours, have a lot of problems on their hands, family bills and stuff. And what they invest in spirituality is about what? 3-4 hours a week, right? Right, Renato?
Yeah.
Not you. You invest a lot. But a normal person that is not retired, right? So when you come from your work, you come here in a mediumship meeting, you had a tough day with your boss. You had a tough day with your wife or with the family, or the family is going through a tough time. How you go in and work? Huh? With your mind full, possessed of material things. You go there, you're supposed to give 50%, 60, 70%, but you're giving 10, 15%, right? I told my class right now that I hear people saying that, oh, I don't want to retire. Please retire as soon as possible. Retire as soon as possible. Stop thinking about work. If you already have enough money to live with, retire and invest in your spirituality. Because guess what? Where are you going after this here? Huh, Terrence? Where are you going?
I'm not sure.
Here we go. That's the right question. See? Where are you going after this here? Tell me. You're going to stay here on this physical world? Definitely yes. That's what you're going to do. You're going to die and you get stuck here walking around like a zombie, like most of the people do. Go there and find out for yourself, my darling. You're going to be able to see it in a few years, all right? So invest, for crying out loud. You already invest on a physical world for most part of your life. Now stop about thinking about money and work. Now is the second phase of your life, talking about spirituality. Invest in spirituality. If you retire, you should be in a center 7 nights a week when you're not traveling with your spouse. What else you have to do at home at night? Netflix? Prime? What? What is it? After you retire. That's what I'm saying, not before. Of course, when you're not retired, you need to deal with the house, you need to deal with the kids, you need to deal with your job, you need to deal with the bills. This is understandable. But after you retire, for crying out loud.
It's not a lot of time, though.
Huh?
It's not a lot of time after retirement.
Of course it is. There is a lot of time. If you invest yourself, Jessica. No, it is. You have a lot of time. Like I said, I said that there is government programs that invest in their soldiers 1 year, 24/7 on that soldier, and they become truly psychics. Truly psychics in 1 year. Now imagine you, okay, with the base that you already have. After you retire, you invest in yourself. Right? People retire, what, 60, 65, right? But throughout your life, you spend how many hours studying spirituality? Many hours, many years. So you already have the base. Now you just need to graduate after you retire. Focus on to that. Then you're going to have a clear mind, okay? Then you're going to have a clear body, free of worries of the physical world. I had a very old mediums in my mediumship meetings, and they did wonderful work. 68, 70, 75, 78, 80 years old. Okay? Why? Because they invest in themselves. And today, like Terrence here answered, I don't know. This is everybody answers. Because nobody knows where they're going. People wishes they're going to Nossa, right? They wishes they're going to the nice place. They wish. But deep down inside, they don't know. They are not sure. Why? 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 Huh?
You're not investing.
Because you're not investing. You're not creating the connections to it. The only connections you're creating is to this world, for crying out loud. Isn't that energetic? Isn't the process energetic? Or you think when you die, it's going to have a group of spirits waiting for you there. Oh, my love, come, we came here to take you. Is that like this? It is? If it was like that, the umbral was empty. And when you go, there is no vacancy in the umbral. It's not a good time to die, let me tell you. Huh?
It's super low.
It's super populated in there. But why? Because there is no investment to it. You see me talking here, you see other people talking, you see this, you think it's wonderful. You see the lecture of lectures. Oh my God, that guy talking was wonderful. But it's all superficial, it's all outside. You never experimented. And there's no way for me to tell you what something tastes if you never tasted. How am I going to explain? Because I feel one way, she feels another, her feels another. You need to go over there and experiment yourself. It's your job as a spirit. It's your job as a person that is in a process of enlightenment. How you are looking for enlightenment, how you're looking for peace as a physical being. It doesn't connect. You need to look for peace. You need to look for spirituality as a spirit. And the only way for you to do this is through the process of mediumship, as being a medium, as dealing with you, is dealing with the spiritual world, is understanding the energetic process. So you clear all the fantasies that every religion brought to us. Because when you become a medium, all those fantasies are gone. Because you're going to see the reality. You're going to feel the reality. Okay? And as you hear, for you guys today, most of you here are going to classes, trying to understand more spirituality. And this understanding is to help you to find peace, to find happiness, to find a better way to deal with the people that is around you. That is what everybody's looking on the center. But what you should be really looking into it when you come to this place here, or any other place of spirituality is to understand what you really are. Is to make a strong foundation on the belief to what you really are. And that's the reason we don't know where we're going after we died. Because we think we're going to go underground. Everybody thinks that. We're going underground because everybody thinks we are a body. Nobody thinks as a spirit. And for help you to think as a spirit, mediumship is the most important tool on this path. Okay? Of course, there are other tools like meditation because it's going to help you to be a better medium, right? There are other tools that is combined with mediumship. But the study and the practice of mediumship is going to take you to a place that you're going to find a new you. Okay? You're going to see that side of yourself that you thought you're not capable of showing. The amount of love that is dispersed in those meetings, it's unbelievable. The amount of energy, creative energy, healing energy, light energy that come to places like mediumship is unheard of it. And it only can happen there because you are sitting there, you have no idea who you're going to work with, you have no connection to who you're going to work with, you're not choosing where you're going to work, you're just going to accept the work and you're going to do it prompted with your heart full of love. Look how amazing this is. That's how we're supposed to be in a physical world. And you need to experiment that. Do not leave this earth before doing that. Because you as a spirit, you need to experiment spirituality. You already experiment physical enough. Now, give us a little bit for your spirit to experiment you as a spirit. And the mediumship, let me tell you, you see that. And it's wonderful. Any question from you guys?
Is this different from training to do spiritual passes?
It is.
It's different.
It's different. It is different. This, you stay in class for about 3 years. It's not learning anything, but creating connection to the group that you're going to work with. Because things that you learn in 1 year, you're never going to remember. Very few things you're going to remember. The importance is to create a connection with the group that you're going to be with. Create the trust. Okay? Create the compassion with that group. And that's why you stay about 3 years together to create that connection. And once that group is closed, nobody else coming in. We need to build another group into it. So they create their own connection, their own ways to do it. Because every group is different. And that's why it's too long. That's why you cannot take somebody out of the street and put in a mediumship meeting. I tried that many times. Right, Hanat? Yeah. Try many times. I try everything. Let me tell you. It doesn't work. Because when you give him for free something, you're not appreciative. If you don't create a connection, if you don't create, the work. So I try, let me tell you. I see people come, I used to work in this mediumship for many years, but what I'm going to do with you if you don't have no connection with the house, we don't have the connection with the people, you don't know nothing. It's very hard. I tried that too. I tried because I feel sorry for a person because she worked for many years in another house. And then when she moves, she comes into a new environment. Until she needs to connect, right? And that's another advice that I give it to you. As soon as you move to another location and you want to go to another center, go in. And as soon as you find a center, go there and talk to the people there. I want to start work here tomorrow. What do I have to do here? What do you have me doing? So we start creating connections because everything is energetic. Okay? Everything is energetic. I'm telling you. All right? Any other questions? Who here wants to become a medium?
Mediumship coming natural, you know, like.
Everybody has. It's physical. It's like an arm.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like hair.
Yeah.
Everybody has it. You just need to organize the process. Okay? You just. Anyone here wants to become a medium?
Yes.
Huh? Yes?
I want to return.
Huh?
I want to return.
You want to? Yeah, you need to return. So it is. So stay in the classes because every class here at the center will become a mediumship meeting.
Yeah.
Okay? Stay in the classes, and that's what the way the path is going to take. That's the promise that we make here at the center. Every meeting is going to become a mediumship. We already have 3 right now happen. I want hundreds of meetings. I don't care how they're doing. I just wanted the people working, experimenting their spiritual life, their spiritual path. Okay? And everybody's going to find their own path, the way to do it. Okay? Any other questions? No? Sure? On a subject like mediumship, you have no questions? Unbelievable. Have a good night.